Oh no, Tisha Campbell's gonna haunt me way worse.
I'm sorry, man.
6th round. Question 1. Your category is, can you hold my place? What is the 2-word name of the text placeholder that is used when actual text is not available? The 2 words are the first in a series of faux Latin words that have no actual meaning.
You seem confident, Adam.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
All right. Adam's got meow meows. We're locked in.
Like how many, dude? You got lots of meow meows today.
I'll take as many as you can give me.
Three is the max.
Adam is on it today. When he knows something, he knows it.
Yep.
Okay. So they're locked in.
I've never heard the term that you were saying, but it's not quite that, but you're circling it.
Yeah, it's like Lopez Lorem. I see it a lot in. So I do a lot of project work in my day job, and when we have documents and we don't have anything to fill in there yet, it's just like blank text. It's like Lopez Lorem or something like that. And I know you're a law student, so you know more Latin than I do.
I wouldn't go that far. But he's saying they have the Latin sound, but they don't actually mean anything.
Yeah, like it doesn't. Like I'm sure it means something like in Latin, but it's like it doesn't mean anything in the scope of the document. It's just a placeholder.
Okay.
Would you like me to reread the question?
If you could.
Yep. What is the 2-word name of the text placeholder that is used when actual text is not available? The 2 words are the first in a series of faux Latin words that have no actual meaning.
Okay. And it's something like Lopez Lorem.
I'm just wondering if there's some sort of like joke with the term that can help us arrive at the right answer. Lopez Lorem sounds good. Definitely sounds Latin.
And I actually just saw it recently in a mock-up of a document that I had to review.
Okay.
So
all right. Yeah, it sounds. Yeah, I'm fine with that. Then it sounds like you have at least something to back it up. I got something.
Nothing. I mean, I don't know if the words are exactly right, but I feel like it's close.
Mumble it. Maybe Jonathan won't hear the whole thing.
Yeah.
Should get close enough.
So we're going to say Lopez Lorem.
All right, Adam and Ben.
Yeah, so growing up, my mother did a lot of work for ad agencies and like graphic design, and similarly laid out a lot of documents where they didn't quite have all the text ready, and so she just needed to mock stuff up. And as a kid, I would try to read these things, and I'd be like, "What? I know I can read, but like, what is this lorem ipsum? I do not understand what this is talking about." So I remember reading lorem ipsum over and over and over again, and just never getting it until finally she told me, like, "No, you're not supposed to be able to read that." So we said lorem ipsum.
This is my Barcelona.
Yeah, the way that Carmela's head fell when she heard the correct answer of lorem ipsum, it was dramatic. It was just like, yeah, lorem ipsum is correct.
Adam, is there a reason for them using those words? Like, it had to come from somewhere, right? Is it like
It came from nowhere.
Yeah, they couldn't put in just. You can't just like mash the keyboard. So you kind of want words that look like from a distance it could be words. It's basically just, them all just mumbling cabbages over and over again. Yeah. Essentially.
Right.
Yep. Sorry, guys. You got high scores, though. Feel good about yourselves. Round 6, question 2. Your category is Televisiones. This question's inspired by Will Gilbert and our friends over at Gentleman Octopus Trivia.
Thank you very much.
I took a question that they had the other night and modified it because I liked it so much. Here we go. What prime number is the name of a television show that ran from 1985 to 1990 and starred a young Regina King?
Oh, I have meow meows. We're locked in.
I also have meow meows.
He didn't. Oh, I got meow meow.
The Regina King thing helped.
Do you want a 3, 2, 1 this?
We can.
Yes.
I'll count you down. 3, 2, 1.
227.
Yeah.
227 is the correct answer. Well done.
Nice
No
try.
place like home. Dun, dun. When your family around you, you're never alone. When you know that you love and you don't need to roam, because there's no place like home. Bum, 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 bum. Times are changing every day.
Jackie.
Great. Jackie, yes. Girl
that's a good
child.
show.
Mhm.
All right. We are ready for our last question of the 6th round. The category is American history.
Hit 3.
What Secretary of State under Abraham Lincoln survived an assassination attempt on the same night Lincoln himself was assassinated?
All right, we are locked in.
All right, Carmela and Ryan.
To answer your question, no, the only other name that jumps out at me from that night is I believe he had dinner with Grant that same night before, or he was supposed to go have dinner with Grant after. But Douglas, I mean, that sounds familiar.
Yeah, I tend to conflate all those names of the politicians in that era. Do you remember the character? Did you see Lincoln?
I did not.
Or read? No. There's a character that's, not like he wasn't a vice presidential role or anything like that. He was like a cabinet member, integral to like his all his policy and there for every action he takes. And he's a very smart guy, and I should remember his name. But for some reason, Stephen Douglas is the only one that jumps out to me, or just Douglas to keep it vague. But I don't think that's it. But I thought it was something similar.
I am unfortunately not going to be much help for this one. I can give you 227, but I can't give you this.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm thinking Douglas was he was actually just a candidate around that time, and I thought he had a debate with someone, and someone hit him with a cane.
Oh, well, damn.
Do you know that old it's some weird tidbit. But I'm sorry, Carmela. For all else, I'd have to maybe just say Douglas.
All right, Douglas, it is.
All right, Ben and Adam.
Yeah, we had some interesting dialogue on this. 'Cause first, I was like, I have absolutely no idea. And then, Adam, you threw a name out there.
Yeah, so this was all thinking that we know that and Ben, you were quick with the year with this, with 1867, which I believe that sounds spot on. Yep. 1867 is when Alaska was purchased, and it was known as Seward's Folly. And I'm pretty sure that it was named after the Secretary of State at the time, who I think was William Seward, but Seward works. He and I are on a last name basis. and so we were thinking if Seward was Secretary of State in 67 and Lincoln was shot in 65 and Johnson would have still been president in 67, why would they just totally bring in a new cabinet?
Right, especially because that was Lincoln's second term.
Right.
So it would make sense for them to keep the same cabinet even with Johnson taking over. So we end up locking in Seward.
Your logic with the information you had was impeccable. The correct answer is William Seward.
I wouldn't have gotten
That
there.
was
Really
nice
great
job.
Cool.
See, Ben knowing about Alaska, that's critical. So good.
I am the Robin to Adam's Batman. Clearly I am not the main character here, but when he throws stuff out, I'm just really good at painting around it. So we make a good team in that way.
So it is a crazy story what happened. I wrote down a synopsis of it for you guys. So the assassination attempt was by a conspirator named Lewis Powell. It was part of a bigger conspiracy that John Wilkes Booth was a part of as well. So this was coordinated. It was nearly successful. He caught Seward in bed, recovering from a carriage accident, so Seward was hurt. Powell stabbed Seward multiple times in the neck and breast, but apparently a splint he was wearing around his neck due to his accident prevented him from having his jugular torn.
Holy crap.
During the attempt, Powell stabbed multiple members of Seward's family and staff before being chased off. Literally, he got into their house, fooled them into thinking he had a message for Seward, got to the stairs, and then somebody blocked him, and he just started stabbing people. He stabbed at least 2 different sons of Seward, and these are grown men, and in the room itself, was fighting off 2 or 3 guys at once.
Wow.
It's an intense situation. But the correct answer was Seward, and
Good
that
job.
means Adam and Ben. That was huge.
Wow. Yeah, great job, Adam.
I'm glad that you had that 67 knowledge.
I don't know why that's a Pavlov for me, but that's just one of those random facts that just stuck in my brain.
So at the end of the 6th round and going into the gauntlet, the score is 170 for Adam and Ben to 145 for Carmela and Ryan. And your gauntlet category is going to be The Butler Did It. Dun, dun, dun. You guys, by the way, Adam and Ben, the last time you didn't get full credit for a question was question 3 in round 2.
Wow.
Oh, I remember.
You swept the last 4 rounds and got 20 points in the midpoint.
Yeah, there's no way I would have been able to do that without Adam being here.
Same.
So
absolutely.
I'll take only a small amount of credit for that.
Our wager's locked in.
All right.
Our wager is also locked in.
Here we go. It is time for the gauntlet in the category of The Butler Did It. Question 1. Christopher Hewitt, member of the Royal Air Force in the 1930s and performer with West End and Broadway credits to his name, is best known for his work playing what butler in the late 1980s?
We're locked in.
So our answer is locked in.
Okay. Your next question in the Butler Did It gauntlet. Riff Raff is a Transylvanian butler and servant who has an unusually intimate relationship with his sister Magenta in what 1975 movie?
We're locked in.
Okay, we are also locked in.
All right, there we go. Great. Your third question in the Butler Did It gauntlet. Bloodchild, a winner of both the Hugo Award and Nebula Awards for science fiction and fantasy, was written by what author who is also known for her work on the Patternist series? Full name is required. Full name meaning first and last.
Our answer is locked in.
All right, Carmela and Ryan.
We were also just about to lock in.
Perfect. All right, everybody's locked in. We're going to go back through, and you're going to give me your answers. Question 1, Christopher Hewitt, member of the Royal Air Force in the 1930s, best known for playing what butler in the 1980s? Carmela and Ryan, what did you say?
We went with, Michael Keaton movies, Batman. We said Alfred Pennyworth.
All right.
Uh-oh.
That's a good answer.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Adam and Ben.
So late 80s, for me, that triggered television. We went the television route, and we locked in with Mr. Belvedere.
Okay. Question 2, I asked you what movie you found Riff Raff and Magenta from. What 1975 movie? Adam and Ben, what were you thinking?
Magenta triggered Rocky Horror Picture Show, and I seem to remember that that's the year before Rocky, because I always used to think it was the other way around. So we said Rocky Horror Picture Show.
And Ryan and Carmela?
100% Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Yeah, that just kind of triggered us for both of us. We both locked in with that pretty easily.
And the third question, Bloodchild and the Patternist series were the works of what author? Full name required. Carmela and Ryan, what did you say?
So I've read The Patternist, and it is Octavia Butler wrote that.
All right. Adam and Ben, what did you say?
We figured since you were looking for first name, the last name was Butler, and Octavia Butler is a sci-fi author, and those titles seemed to fit, so we said Octavia Butler.
All right, so let's go back through in reverse order since the first question was the one you had a difference on. Bloodchild and the Patternist series were works by Octavia Butler, a well-regarded science fiction fantasy writer, one of the best in the business.
Absolutely.
Riff Raff and Magenta were, in fact, characters from the Rocky Horror Picture Show. Riff Raff was he managed to be bald and have long hair at the same time.
He had a mullet.
Impressive.
Wow.
Yeah. He had a bald mullet, like skin on top, long locks in the back.
And a hump. He had a very...
hump, yes.
He had a hump.
And then Christopher Hewitt, member of the Royal Air Force in the 1930s, West End, Broadway credits to his name, known best for playing what butler in the late 80s? He starred alongside Bob Uecker. His name was Mr. Belvedere.
Yes!
Ooh, all right.
So, yeah, he was 16 when he joined the Royal Air Force, but he was born, his birthday was 1921.
Oh, wow.
So he was definitely an older gentleman in the late 80s when he did that show.
Wow.
Wow. So, great gauntlet. Adam and Ben got it correct. There's no way the score can change at this point, so the drama has fizzled. But Carmela and Ryan, what did you wager?
We wagered in hopes that they were going to bet conservatively and possibly get it wrong, but we bet 50.
All right, so you finished with 95. Adam and Ben, what did you wager?
So we were laughing because I said, okay, your range is 0 to 21. Safest bet is 24. And Adam goes, 24 works for me. I'm like,